Yo, 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 your boy's back with another banger, and today we're talking about the most devastating L in hip-hop history, no cap. It's been a whole year since Kendrick dropped Not Like Us and absolutely cooked Drake's whole existence. I'm talking about a complete and total violation that left the sixth guy looking more like the sixth fraud, you feel me? Listen, this ain't just regular beef, this is straight up annihilation. Kendrick didn't just win this battle, he ended this man's whole bloodline, his ancestors, his descendants, everybody. Drake got packed up so bad his own mama probably changed her last name. I'm dead serious. What I'm about to show y'all ain't just analysis. This is an autopsy, baby. We about to examine how one song can absolutely demolish a decade of dominance, how bars can literally rearrange a man's face, and how Kendrick didn't just beat Drake, he sent that boy to the shadow realm and threw away the key. By the time we done here, you gonna understand why Drake been moving like he in witness protection, why his recent moves looking more like panic moves, and why Not Like Us wasn't just a diss track, it was a death certificate with Drake's name on it. This the story of how Kendrick Lamar absolutely bodied the so-called king and left him looking like a peasant, and why Drake will never, and I mean never, ever recover from this cosmic L. Alright, let's get into these numbers real quick, cause numbers don't lie and they definitely don't give a damn about your feelings. Not Like Us didn't just go viral, it went nuclear and left Drake looking radioactive. This joint debuted at #1 on the Billboard, making it Kendrick's first solo #1 hit. But here's the disrespectful part. It took Kendrick one diss track to do what Drake been trying to do his whole career. Except this time, Drake couldn't say nothing back. Boy was mute, silent as a church mouse. Within 24 hours, the song had 50 million streams. The music video got 20 million views in one day. But these ain't just numbers. This is proof that the culture been waiting for somebody to expose Drake like this. The streets been knowing, but Kendrick said it with his chest. This song stayed at #1 for weeks. Diss tracks don't usually do that. They pop off and disappear. But Not Like Us had staying power because it wasn't just entertainment. It was therapy for everybody who'd been tired of Drake's fake deep act. For years, we watched Drake dominate the charts while real ones questioned if this boy even belonged in the culture. Kendrick gave us permission to say what we've been thinking, and the response was overwhelming. This became an anthem, not just a diss. But the real damage wasn't the streams. It was what those numbers represented. The culture finally said, "We don't claim you," to Drake's whole operation. Yo, if you enjoying this destruction breakdown, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell. We about to dive deeper into how one song ended a whole career, and you don't want to miss this carnage. Now let's talk about what Not Like Us actually did to Drake's soul, because this wasn't just rap beef. This was spiritual warfare, and Kendrick came with the holy water. Kendrick didn't just attack Drake's rap skills, he attacked this man's whole identity. The disrespect was surgical, systematic, and absolutely diabolical. When Kendrick said, "You're not a colleague, you're a colonizer," that hit different, because it put into words what everybody been feeling. Drake been moving like he owns hip-hop culture when really, he just been renting space. Kendrick called him out for being a culture vulture who sanitized our music for white suburban moms, and the accuracy was devastating. But Kendrick went deeper. He questioned the ghostwriting, the fake accents, the whole performance. These weren't random shots. These were heat-seeking missiles aimed at Drake's most vulnerable spots. The genius of Not Like Us was that it didn't just criticize Drake's music, it criticized his whole approach to being black. Kendrick positioned himself as the protector of authentic hip-hop against Drake's commercial colonization. And here's the brutal part. Drake never effectively responded. He dropped the Heart Part 6, but that joint was weak sauce. Boy sounded defensive, scattered, and absolutely cooked. For the first time ever, Drake looked like he got outclassed, not just lyrically, but strategically. The silence that followed was loud as hell. Drake, who built his career on being able to clap back at anybody, suddenly had nothing to say. And in hip-hop, silence equals surrender, and surrender equals death. But the real proof of Kendrick's victory ain't what happened right after. It's what's been happening this whole year. And that's where Drake's situation becomes absolutely hopeless. Let's peep Kendrick's victory lap since Not Like Us dropped. This man been moving like he just conquered ROME, selling out stadiums worldwide, headlining festivals, getting treated like hip-hop royalty everywhere he stepped. That Argentina show wasn't just a concert, it was a coronation. Kendrick performed Not Like Us to 50,000 people who knew every single word. The energy was electric, the vibes were immaculate, and the message was crystal clear. Kendrick won, and the whole world was celebrating. But it ain't just international. Kendrick's domestic dominance been crazy. Every major festival begging him to headline. Every venue selling out instantly. Every publication treating him like the undisputed king of this rap stuff. The cultural momentum behind Kendrick is unstoppable. He ain't just riding the Not Like Us wave, he's surfing it, expanding it, and using it as a rocket ship to even greater heights. Meanwhile, what Drake been doing? Hiding, quietly canceling shows, getting lukewarm reception when he D.O. show up, watching his cultural influence evaporate like morning dew. The contrast is embarrassing. Kendrick ascending to Mount Olympus while Drake descending to the shadow realm, and the gap getting wider every single day. Hit that subscribe button because we about to break down the specific ways Drake's empire crumbled, and it's more devastating than a meteor hitting Earth. Let's examine how Drake been moving since he got violated. This man went from being everywhere to being a ghost, from dropping every other week to being silent for months, from being the culture's golden boy to being the culture's stepchild. Drake's recent album rollout's been weak, his features been forgettable, his whole energy been different. You can see it in his eyes, this man's confidence is shook. Kendrick didn't just beat him in a rap battle, he broke his spirit. The industry been treating Drake different too. Collaborations drying up, features getting declined, producers choosing other artists. The machine that used to guarantee Drake's success is now working against him. And don't even get me started on the memes. Drake became a walking joke. Not Like Us turned into the soundtrack for every Drake slander session. Social media been ruthless. TikTok been merciless. The internet said this man is finished and minted. But here's the coldest part. Drake can't even respond anymore. Every time he tries to say something, people just play Not Like Us and he gotta sit down. Kendrick turned that song into Drake's kryptonite. The psychological damage is permanent. Drake used to move with the confidence of somebody who owned the culture. Now he moving like somebody who's renting and behind on payments. Make sure y'all subscribe because we about to talk about why this L is permanent and why Drake can never come back from this. Here's why Drake can never recover. Kendrick didn't just win a battle, he changed the rules of engagement. Not Like Us established new standards for what authentic hip-hop looks like, and Drake fails every single one. The culture evolved past Drake. We don't want the sanitized commercial algorithm-friendly rap no more. We want that raw, authentic, unapologetic energy that Kendrick represents. Drake's whole formula is outdated. Plus, Kendrick got the youth. The next generation of hip-hop fans grew up on Not Like Us. To them, Drake ain't the king. He's the old king that got dethroned. They don't have nostalgia for his reign because they witnessed his downfall. The respect is gone. In hip-hop, once you lose respect, you can't buy it back. You can't stream your way back to respect. You can't chart your way back to credibility. And Drake lost both when he couldn't respond to Kendrick. Every time Drake drops something new, people gonna compare it to Not Like Us. Every time he tries to be tough, people gonna remember how he got packed up. Every time he claims to be the best, people gonna laugh and press play on Kendrick. The legacy is tainted forever. Drake's whole discography got an asterisk now. All his achievements come with a but. Yeah, Drake had a good run, but Kendrick ended him. That's his story now. And the funniest part? Drake probably still listening to Not Like Us trying to figure out how to respond. Boy been in the studio for a year and still ain't found an answer. That's cause there is no answer. You can't come back from complete annihilation. Kendrick didn't just beat Drake, he retired him, sent him to the old folks home of hip hop, put him in the used to be great category with all the other fallen kings. So there you have it. 1 year later and the verdict is final. Kendrick's victory is permanent. Drake's era is over, and Not Like Us will go down as the song that changed everything. Drake went from being the sixth god to the sixth fraud to the 6 feet under. Kendrick didn't just win, he conquered, and that's on period. If you enjoyed watching Drake get demolished in 4K, smash that like button, subscribe for more carnage. Your boy's out, keep it real, keep it 100, and remember, in hip hop, when you come for the king, you better not miss. And Kendrick, he hit nothing but swish.